Hello and welcome to a Everquest Paladin level 110 setup guide. Alright, so this is how I play my Paladin, how I set him up, how I do my thing. Right, so this may or may not be the best way to do it, but I don't die a lot. Unless the mobs are like just insanely crazy. So let's kind of go with spells, and if you've watched all my other videos on setting up Paladin at different levels, they're all going to be in pretty much the same format. I go over spells, hotbar. I'm going to touch on how I have my extended target set up. Might as well do that now. So I have my extended target set up with me, the tank, as Xtar 1, my enchanter is 2, and my druid is 3, and then my target, because I'm the assist, is 4. So that is the same across all my characters for all my stuff. And then I have tank down here. So I might not be the tank. I'm the tank now. But if I'm not the tank, if for whatever reason, this will, that'll be that whoever it is, right? All right, so let's go over spells. So my first spell is Refute for Honor. So we've had this for I don't know how long, but maybe 75 is when we got the first version of this, give or take. And this is just a very nice insta-cast now. It's a debuff 1, and it's a extremely high taunt. You can see here it's 7100 taunt, and then 1200 hatred after that. It also triggers recourse, which will give us an absorb of 16,000, which is pretty good, which will pretty much negate maybe a few attacks, not a whole lot, but a few. And then this is further empowered by the focus improved for demand for honor, which affects the whole spell line, which then applies Helix of the Undying 2 to the mob if it's undead, which is slows it for 55%, lowers its chance to dual wield, and lowers its agility, strength, and dexterity by 195. So all around, this is like this one spell is pretty nice. So there we go. Next, I have Crush. This is a high taunt, high damage, high taunt, I believe. Maybe I got the wrong one memorized right now. I was messing around, but let's see here. Cohesive, bolt of energy generating. Yeah, this is it. 15,000 hatred, and then it does 4,000 damage to normal mobs, and 5,700 to undead, 5,100 to summon. So all around, this is a great spell. I can, it's cast like pretty quick, 0.4 seconds, but typically if I do, honor and then I do crush, the mob's gonna come straight for me no matter what. So it's pretty handy to have there. Then I have a Force of the Timorous Deep, which is just a another hatred generating a spell. This one generates 10,000 hatred and stuns them for 4 seconds. Works up to 113. I haven't fought anything that high yet, I don't believe. So it's very nice. Brilliant Exoneration. This is just another one. It's got a unique gimmick to it, right? So it'll give me healing twin cast when I cast it. It'll also do about, let's just say 6,000 damage to whatever the target is. So I don't really use it to its full potential, but you would go 4, and then I get healing twin cast, and then I could hit my heal button, which would twin cast a heal on me. But since the target dummy doesn't have a target, it doesn't really, it's hard to show, right? And it's hard to do in combat because combat's just so fast. Lesson of Explanation. Strike home a lesson, stunning your enemy up to 113 for 10 seconds. I've seen some 10-second stuns out of this. And then it does 1,000 damage, give or take. Slightly more to undead, so that's how a lot of these spells are. And then I have a burst of morning light, which is just a big heal, 14,000 to the target of the target, which is typically me. So it heals for, it's near instacast too, so it's pretty nice. And then I have Aura of the Morning Light rank 2. So this is a group heal that'll heal the group. So it's just like a secondary heal I have right now. I haven't decided what I'm gonna. I had a third heal, but I got rid of it because I wasn't using it very much. I also have Splash of the Duplication here. This is a targetable spell, so it gives me this little circle. I can drop it down. What are my other characters? So if I drop it over here by this dinosaur and stuff. Maybe that's too far. There we go. So you can kind of see it hits everything in that little tiny radius, which seems to be all the way to the enchanter to the dinosaur. So nice little spell. It cures pretty much everything except detrimental effects like snares and stuff like that. But it's pretty nice. I love it. Censure. This is just another I don't know, what do you call it? Damaging spell. This one doesn't generate much hatred, but it is definitely a high damage. I might swap it out for more hatred, but I haven't decided yet. I've been trying to push my DPS a little bit further. Valiant Diversion. So this is a spell I literally just bought, so I haven't tried it yet, but I was looking for this spell. So this will inspire 11,000 hatred, but it will also heal me for 11,000. So this one, like if I'm over here, right, and I go, I'll just click it, he's gonna get a lot of hatred, and then that's gonna heal me. So it's a nice, just in there. It's got a, how long is the recast on that? 6 seconds. So it's nice rotational spell to have in there, and just use it on cooldown. Extra healing. As a paladin, we don't have life taps to heal ourselves, so anything that we can have that has healing attached to it is beneficial. Then I have Defiant Stance. This just gives me 24,000 hit points. I cast it whenever I want. It's got an 8-minute duration now, but it has kind of like almost like a curve to it, so that over time you lose hit points from the 24,000, but it gives us a total 240,000 HP right now, so that's pretty nice. Then Sanctimonious Audacity. Now, I still am not 100% sold on this spell yet, but it's a hate generating spell, but it also is a doesn't show what the thing does. It lowers their magic by 62 and generates hatred. So you could think of it as a Tash. It looks just like Tash. It's really nice. Actually, it's really nice to get my belt. So I have a belt that procs slow, Tendon Slice, and sometimes it helps that land, I feel. I feel once that's on there, it lands a little bit better, but I don't know. And then finally, I have Concordiant Blessing. I just got this one just when I went to the TBL to buy it, but I was using a lower level version, and I got rid of it because it didn't have a replacement at the time. But what this does is it places a whatever on us, and it will heal your group with the Concordiant Light, which heals for 5,700, and then it will also stun the target and I guess generate hatred and reflect a heal to the group. So this is like a really strong spell when it comes to that kind of thing, right? And see, it only lasts for 2 minutes, so with my stuff 4 minutes, so it's kind of like a, to recast it, or 40 stuns. And let's see, where is it at? I don't even see it on, there it is right here, Concordiant Blessing. So if I go Force of the Timorous, no. Lesson? No. No, we're taking charges from it. Wait a minute here. I just noticed something. Crush and Lesson went off at the same time. Are these, do they not stack? And I just now noticed it. Alright, Brilliant Exoneration. Alright, let's do Crush. Oh my god. Okay, Lesson and Crush can't be used at the same time. Interesting. Well, I want Crush. I don't want Lesson, so let's get rid of that. Let me replace that with something else. Jeez. I can't believe I didn't notice that. That's just weird. Alright, let's try this one. Force of Orthosis. It seems slightly different. Strike your target. What? I can't even cast it. Oh, it only works on undead. Alright, I found one to put there. So Force of Mercy is what I'm going to put there for now. I'll figure out something else better. But strikes your target with a force, stunning enemies up to 113 for 6 seconds. Reflected energy from the force will heal you for 7,200. And it's got like a 25-second recast, so that kind of works well into the rotation here. So that's kind of nice. Alright, and then that's all the spells. Rotation-wise, I pretty much do stuns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I have multi-bound all of these. So if I go over here and I just start wailing on this guy, right? Just hitting all my stuns. You can see how all my AAs go. Vanquisher's Faith, it won't go because it's undead only. But you can see we got, I think, everything on cooldown now. It's just something. Yeah, that only works on undead. So you can kind of see that spam kind of going there. But that's that. So, and then here I have taunt with attack on cast 1. So it's just this basic taunt. Nothing more. Spurn is our kind of our just mandatory tanking for multiple reasons, right? So it will take the next 2 incoming attacks and reduce the damage by 90% for 12 seconds, up to 4,600 or 46,000 damage. If we hit this, right, it's actually 5 charges. This gets focused by what is it called? What is it called here? Well, this one right here. So Knight's Synergy grants the that Spurn line of spells to put a 6,000 point rune on everybody within a group radius, right? So everybody in the group gets that. The synergy here. Night Synergy. So everybody gets that. So that's, that one lowers damage there. But there is a... there it is. Enduring Reproval. So the Withstand of abilities. So this is... Well, the first one we got was called Withstand. Let's see here. Increases the time by 6 seconds, right? So by default... Let's see. Can we open that one? Yeah, by default it's 6 seconds, so it goes to 12 seconds, right? And then it increases the number of charges from 2 to 5 by 3. Yeah, so it just all around makes it so much better. And I hit that on cooldown and to keep that synergy up, to keep taking less damage and stuff like that. Just something really you gotta focus on. 4 is my multi-bind with the stuns, like I said. I have an AoE taunt button. I don't hit it as much. I'm gonna remove it and change it to something else because I like to manually do these AoE taunts just because certain situations I'm okay. I'm okay with somebody else taking damage. It just depends on who it is. So if it's the healer, she can take a hit. If it's the enchanter, she can't take a hit. It kind of depends, right? My burns are pretty much the same as they've always been. Valorous Rage, Inquisitor Judgment, Armor of the Inquisitor, Spire, Projection, and then Group Armor. I can't remember the name of it, but it's Group Armor of the Inquisitor. Thunder of Karana, Hand of Tunar. Hand of Tunar is a new one. It just puts that last spell, Valiant Diversion, and increases the mana cost of these spells, but it twin casts the heal. So I'm pretty much always full mana, so it's not a huge deal. But we'll do that during a burn only, because it is what, 15-minute reuse. It might go down a little bit over time, but not a whole lot. And then Thunder of Karana just increases the damage of our spells by 75%, and then critical by a little bit more. And this is kind of helpful because since I'm grouped with a druid, the druid's always doing group wolf form, which will increase our damage more and stuff like that. So some of these nukes here, I think this one, whenever that lands, right, it's going to do a little bit more damage. I don't have a lot of nukes on my bar right now. And then Intensity Resolute is just another damage buff. Alright, Balefire Burst, this is our evade escape button. I actually had that on there from when I was trying out my monk with the group, and monks have like feign death and stuff, and the bard has fading memories, and I just put it there. I don't actually use it in the group with my enchanter and druid, so is what it is. Then I have a mount. I pull with Demand for Honor now. I used to pull with Mark. I dropped Mark. It just doesn't perform as well as I would like. But this is instacast, so I can kind of do it while running. It's kind of nice. Slow and debuff are just reminders to me that is where when I hit numpad 2 and 3, my enchanter will slow and my druid enchanter will debuff the mob, right? So if I actually hit it right now, you can see there she snared it, she columned erode it, and whatever else they can land on there. I don't know why the enchanter didn't tash it. Maybe there's a range component to that. But I noticed that. And then I have another reminder, so the druid heals me with the tank with numpad 4, and then I have a heal macro which casts my 2 heals that I have memorized, burst and aura, 6 and 7. And then shield flash is great. Shield flash blocks all incoming attacks for 6 seconds. Like this has saved me so much, and it's on, like, this is pretty much my oh crap button, right? Something happens, I try to heal myself. If I can't get my heals off, I'm shield flashing, right? I got 6 seconds. That usually gives the mercenary enough time to heal me, or in certain cases, my druid enough time to do something to me. So that's that. And then this is just a button I have for reminding me that if I hit numpad 6, they will buff, but I don't even think I have buffs on them on numpad 6 anymore. Yeah, I've taken it away, so we can just drop that altogether. So let's see here. Then these are reminders for my enchanter mezzes. I got a follow button, which just hides corpse for me, but everybody else makes them follow. Divine Call. It's a spell I want to use more, but I think at this point I have to buy it, and it doesn't look like the duration goes down. If the duration went down from 45 seconds, I would probably use it. I should actually just throw it here because I don't use it. I'm just going to put it in my multi-blind, and it will generate hatred. Like, it's not a big deal anymore. I was hoping it'd get down to like a 5-second recast or something like that. That way I could use it for pulling, but it doesn't seem to be that way. Then we have our clickies for teleportation. This will take us to our guild hall. This will take us to our campfire. This will take us to POK, and then Throne of Heroes takes us to guild lobby. These 3 buttons are just reminders that my druid can, if I hit shift numpad 1, she's gonna heal me, right? And then that triggers all kinds of other stuff. So, and then a shift numpad 5 is my splash, just so it's easy to get to. And then see how wide that circle is. I wish I could make it so it would automatically like heal under me, just like a point blank. But not so lucky there. And then some more veteran summons, and then my multicast or my multi-bind is Force of Disruption, which will give me Knight's Yelp, but I have something that blocks Knight's Yelp right now. Let's see here, I think it's the Beast Lord buff. No, Strength of the Dusk Sage. So this Ranger buff blocks that, so depends on what I want more, right? I don't know. I don't know which is better at the moment, but that's blocked, so it's not really useful to me at the moment. But I have Force of Disruption there, and then I have Disruptive Persecution, just more taunt, more hate, more damage. Ageless, which is another taunt. Which then Censure is just another one. Then Vanquish of the Fallen. Wow, this thing is a little bit crazy. So this is an undead only just nuke, right? You get it in AA version every 3 minutes. 112 damage to an undead. It makes short work of undead. I've gotten some pretty nice criticals. I don't have any right here, but I've gotten some nice criticals. Sanctimonious Audacity. Now, this is the Tash, so it's just on the multi-bind. It just gets hit, lands, it lands. It's like one of those things I just don't care. Valiant Diversion, another taunt, heal, and then I just put Divine Call down there, which will generate 8,000 hatred, and Divine Pull, which will pull the mob to me, which makes it kind of run. It's kind of funny on that. Then I have Lesson over there. And then I have a Bandolier for 2-hand, so I use 2-hand on light blue mobs or when I'm fighting undead. I use 1-hand on blue mobs and yellow mobs and everything above blue, or multiples, because using 2-hand, if I had like 2 mobs are there, I could get hit for 30,000, like no problem, right? It just happens. In the Broken Mirror missions, the bosses were hitting me for 50,000 with a sword and shield in this gear. So it's you want to use a sword and shield most of the time. 2-hander if you can handle the damage, but I'm just not feeling that I can yet. But maybe one day. Then we have our first defensive here, Kazor's Garzak Mantle. See here, 35% of incoming melee damage for 1 minute, and it will do up to 1.5 million damage, and it will heal me for 28,000 over that time. So however that works, it does stuff. It's nice. Armor of Mercy Armor of Mercy will increase our strength, our armor, and it absorbs 20% of the incoming damage, and then stuns the attackers too. I didn't know that. And then deals 2,400 damage stunning them, and then generates more hatred and heals us. So this is pretty nice. It'll last for 719,000 damage. Blessed Guardian Discipline 2. I love this thing. This is my favorite one. I think they buffed it because we had the lower level version that was it just seemed like it was more powerful than any of the other ones we had. But this one is pretty nice. So this will reduce our melee damage by 60%, I guess. But what? Yeah, it reduces our melee damage by 60% and our chance to crit by 10%, but also reduces the damage we take by 30% for 2 minutes. And then we'll trigger Blessed Guardian effect, which will heal you for 6,500 whenever you bash through that. So, note how Mantle had a cap. This does not have a cap, and it will last for the full 2 minutes. I believe they nerfed it. And I guess the damage potential was always there, but I don't notice it. Like Paladins don't really do that much melee damage, so it's not very noticeable. I totally didn't know it did that. Wow, 60% damage potential loss. Wow. That's interesting. I guess it's situational. But my goal is not to do damage. It is to take damage, so it doesn't really matter too much. It also heals us when we bash, block, or riposte, so that's even better. And then Deflection Discipline here. This is just same as Shield Flash. Blocks everything for 12 seconds. This one has a 40-minute reuse, which is kind of high, but I haven't had to use it as much as all the other stuff. Sanctification Discipline surrounds your body in an aura of sanctification, turning aside most spells. Works pretty well, I guess. I've never used it. It's from level 60. I probably will never use it unless I ever raid or something like that, but I just don't see a use for it right now since spells don't really do much damage to me. Unless it's a dot, and that doesn't really work against dots. Merciful Pendants. I just got this one, and it's interesting. I've read over it like a few times, and I still haven't figured out if it's better than Armor or Mercy or not. They're on the same timer. They have the same duration, same thing. So I think one is a replacement for the other, but I mean, covers your body in armor, adding 205 armor to your armor class, healing you and your group with Pennant Mending 3 Aza when you are struck, and absorb 20% of incoming damage for 2 minutes. This will dissipate when you've done 600,000 damage, or it has healed your group 48 times. Now, if we look at Armor of Mercy, it's kind of the same, but this one generates a little bit more hate, and it does a little bit more. So I'm kind of torn. Like, looks like it gives you more armor too. Yeah, more armor. Yeah, so I don't know. They seem about the same, but this one has this heal. So I don't know exactly. Like, this one has a heal too, but it doesn't have that hatred effect. So I don't know. It's on the bar. I'll try it out. I just got it when I went and bought spells for 110. But we are 16% into 110, so you know it's gonna be a while before we get to the next level. Let me see. We talked about spells there. Nothing here is really important. I have Mars Gift up here. This is just a heal that kind of restores mana and endurance at the same time. It's pretty nice. I should probably put it right here and do it before I do Gift of Life. But I have Lay of Hands, Hand of Piety, Gift of Life, all right here. These are all like just massive group heals or single heals that will heal me. I have my breastplate, which will, when I click it, where's the click? Right here, Rousing Zeal, which will trigger a Soothing Zeal 30 times when struck in melee, which will heal me for 10,000 times 30 over the duration of that. So that's pretty nice. Every time I get hit, I get a heal for 10,000, so it'll keep me alive in certain situations. Purification, Blessing of Purification, Radiant Cure. These just cure negative effects, get rid of them kind of stuff. Hiatus is a stamina regen. Never used it, never needed to. If I ever get to the point where I'm at, you know, less than 30% stamina, I just sit on my mount and walk away. Something went wrong. I probably died. Bestow Divine Aura. Divine Aura, these make me invulnerable or make my target invulnerable. I have a Gribbles button and an AOC button. Don't really need the Gribbles one anymore. And then Divine Protectors Unity. This just does all my self buffs in a single go. This is pretty nice for the most part. So, but we hit 110, so we don't get auto-granted AAs anymore. So there is going to be a significant amount of grinding that's going to start at this point for AAs. Let's see here. Nothing over here is useful. Yeah, that's it. Oh, these ones here. Reflexive Righteousness is an ability. that's the best way to say it, right? This one, heighten your reflexes, allowing you to strike your target with 3 attacks while reflecting a large heal in your group. I haven't used this one yet. It is actually replaced by it's a type 19, right? So it was replaced by this one. I guess I didn't even notice it. You assume the style of fighting of a whole... No, that's not it. This one right here. Heightened reflexes allow you to strike your target with 3 slashing attacks while reflecting a large heal on your group. This probably should be my spam button, actually. Like a hotkey. Let's see what this actually does. So... Okay, just hit the target and did a heal. Alright, we'll keep that on the bar. That'll be nice. Alright, so we have Holy Forge, Pure Forge, and yeah, Holy Forge and Pure Forge are damage increasing. Holy Forge against undead, Pure Forge against everyone. Unflinching Affirmation. Sort by level. I think that was just renamed to this one. Yeah. Yeah, so this is a taunt. It got replaced at 109, I guess. I just noticed it. It generates more hate. Like, that's the best I can describe. Generates hate, heals me based on that. I've never actually used it. Probably should. It's got a pretty high cost on it, so it's just a matter of whatever there. Righteous Condemnation right here adds a chance for your melee attacks to be filled with anger, adding an additional 2-handed strike. This effect will fade after 10 minutes or 20 strikes. That's kind of cool. That's different than I think what the previous version of it was, so that should go on my bar too. So let's do that. Let's so I go to my hotbars here, hotbar 6. That is, I think 10. So we just put 4. Get a 4 right there, and just pop that right down here. It's probably gonna drain our stamina because look at the cost. It's got a duration and a reuse of 18. So if I click it, it's down for... Oh, these two use the same timer. Am I nuts? Am I completely nuts here? Righteous is... Or no, reflexive is 19. That one is 14. Alright, that one was just on cooldown. There we go. So that gave us a just commendation right here. So it's going to give us 2-handed slash attack. So that's kind of cool. So if we chance your melee attacks with Righteous Anger, adding an additional 2-handed slash attack. Alright, so let's just swing here for a second. We've used one of them. We use the second one. So I guess we're like swinging the 2-hander while we do it. Like it's like a just extra damage. There we go. 22,000 damage. 36. So it's just a little extra damage, right? I didn't even notice these because the lower level ones were so boring. Like, whatever they were just boring. I was like, I don't know. I guess I read them wrong or something, but there we go. We got a little bit more damage coming out of this. Everything's always up for a thing. I also use my Blood Drinker's coating more often than not. This is a life tap aura. Oh, I think I crashed. Yep. All right. Well, there we go. Holdridge crashed. I didn't have much more to say. I used Blood Drinker's coating, and it is what it is. But here, there we go. Yeah. So there we go. That's how I run my Paladin at 110. Added a few new abilities just while we're talking here, but definitely, I definitely have a good time with him, and it's definitely working for me. I don't die very much. I've killed every named I've tried to kill, except for some stuff in over there that just stomped me into the ground. And I think it was more of a skill issue than a anything else, because I'm still trying to get good at it, and my other two characters don't really do enough DPS right now for some things, so it's a little bit of trial and error what I can handle. But thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.